What's up, America? This your boy, comedian JeremyUnmask, and on this very special episode of another Bernie Mac moment, I'm actually going to tell you about my Bernie Mac experience.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
People wonder, am I doing this impression, or am I doing this as a gimmick, or am I trying to be Bernie Mac? Of course not. I'm 5'8". I can never be Bernie Mac. I live in Shreveport, and ain't nothing wrong with living in Shreveport, but I ain't got no money right now. I'm the maintenance man of comedy, but I do tell you this, that if you believe in ghosts and all that, then you could believe in the power of exchange energy, if that makes sense. But anyway, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But it's weird how God puts us on this earth for a reason, and sometimes we find out our purpose through other people, like passing the torch. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But what we're going to talk about first is my Bernie Mac experience. It was 2008. We was on the set of Soul Men. I think I was like, extra number 268. I don't really know. I got my little real glasses on. I'm feeling myself. But anyway, 2008. Came to our church, told them that they was having a casting call for extras for the movie Soul Man. When you say Soul Man, I didn't know what the hell Soul Man was. But when you say Bernie Mac and Sam Jackson, let me tell you something. I was there front and center like a cheerleader with some orthopedic shoes on for the people with bad feet. But anyway, so on the set of the movie, people know me as Little Bernie Mac because I've been doing comedy. I look up to Bernie. I grew up to Bernie. That was my first impression of Bernie. My whole style, it comes from, old school, what Bernie brought to the table, Robin Harris, and so on and so forth. So it was the club scene. They were shooting the club scene at Coco's downtown. They turned it into a spot. Bernie, Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson's daughter. So we were getting ready to set up, and my mother-in-law, Janice Mack, she called Bernie going up the stairs, getting ready to go on stage and perform. And Bernie's so humble, and he make you feel like you've known him for years, And so when I met Bernie, the first thing I said was, "What's going on, Bernie? Let me tell you something," and whatever. And Bernie looked at me, he stopped, and he laughed. And somebody out of his camp, he looked over at him, he said, "Chuck," I think that was his name. He was like, "Man, come here." He said, Why this little son bitch ain't playing me?" He said he kind of favored me a little bit. He said, "Motherfucker ain't but this big, like I was a mustard seed or something." He said, "Motherfucker ain't but this big, but he can play me. Boy, who your mom is?" So after that, I went from extra 268 to a stand-in. I got a chance to do like a voiceover track for Bernie because, of course he was sick during the shooting of the movie. You couldn't tell because he got so much swag. But I did some stand-in work. I got an opportunity to actually talk with Bernie. And so that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And from that day, from 2008, after I met Bernie, is when I decided to switch from rap to comedy. I used to do jokes, but I actually started doing stand-up in 2008 when I met Bernie on the set of Soul Man. And it was one of those experiences I would never forget. As a fresh actor, extra / stand-in, I didn't get a chance. I said one day I was going to tell this story because it's like God was doing something, because when I shook Bernie's hand, it's like electricity or a transfer of energy, like as of, like my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And so from that day I started working on my material and stuff like that. But sadly we lost Bernie the same year that the movie was finished and wrapped and stuff like that. So it was a major blow, because I used to imitate Bernie from the time I seen Players Club, Booty Call. How to Be a Player is actually my first impression of Bernie. But when he died, it was kind of like it hit home.